We've been talking about the skin all month, and today we're going to talk about dietary fat as it pertains to the skin. Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Minke. This is Minke Wellness. And what we eat in the fat, right? The fat that we eat in our diet comes out on the skin, and it actually creates the chemistry or the oil, the type of oil that comes out on the skin. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but whenever you eat, like a greasy burger, the grease comes out on your pores. Have you noticed it comes out on your face, and you can literally wipe off the grease off your face? And so we want to be careful, of course. The quality of fat is very important. Dietary fat, we need to have good quality fat that we're eating in our diet in order to have good quality oil that comes out on the skin and creates that good environment on the surface of the skin. The body does have a natural oil layer on the surface of the skin to protect the skin. Now, one of the best oils to use dietarily or to eat is actually going to be fish oil. Okay, so fish oil in this case, we've got the product from Young Living that we call OmegaGize. So let's talk a little bit about fish oil, and OmegaGize has some extra bonus to this product, so we'll talk about that as well. But we want to get good quality fat in our body, and that the fish oil has the really awesome components, the ratios of omega-369s, that give the really good quality chemistry on the skin. So that's one of the reasons we're picking that for that. So in this case, we're talking about taking this as a supplement, and the body, of course, has to process the fat. So this is back where, if we go back to the digestive system, we need to process the fat in the bile. The liver has to emulsify that and get it moved out and all the rest of that. So it moves through the lymphatic system and then out on the skin through the lymphatic system. This is another reason why it's really a whole package when we talk about wellness. We can't just say, okay, we're going to pick and choose one little thing here. But the lymphatic system has to function well, and we have to have a good flowing lymphatic system. So if we haven't been doing the massage, the little self-massage, that we need to be picking that up and making sure that with the dry brushing, that's what I'm referring to, the self-massage with the dry brushing, because the dry brushing is going to get that lymph flowing, and then you're going to bring that lymph and the oil that gets carried through the lymph out onto the skin, which is a good thing. Now, unless you've been eating a whole bunch of really junky fat and bad quality, hydrogenated vegetable oil and fried meats and things like that, then that's what's going to be pulled out onto the skin. So what you eat absolutely is going to make an impact on your skin. So here we're talking about supplementing with a little bit of fish oil. Of course, we want to, maybe add a little fish in our diet, get the protein and benefit from that. But the problem is that most fish you're going to eat it cooked. I highly recommend that, given the parasite profile for fish, raw fish. So you're going to eat cooked. Well, when you cook the oil, it's going to make it a little less useful. It's going to damage the oil. So here is this fish oil product that we can take as a supplement, and that fish oil has been very, very carefully filtered. Gets rid of all. Young Living does its homework to get rid of all the mercury and lead and anything that might be in there. They do an extensive analysis on the actual product itself, make sure that the fish oil that they have does not contain any of those things. And so, that being said, they probably could take any old fish oil and put it through their process and make sure that it contains that. But they do use the fish. The oil from small fish, I think it's the anchovy. It's so small I can't read it, but sardine, a sardine and anchovy, so they're the very small fish. And then they process that in such a way that it maintains its original oil chemistry. It doesn't get esterified. So what happens with a lot of fish oils as they get processed is they get esterified, or de-esterified. I can't remember the exact. I'll have to go back and look at my fat chemistry. But there's an esterification process that happens with the fish oil when the typical fish oil you buy, and it becomes less useful, less bioavailable. We want to convert it back to original oil form, and then Young Living does that. So this product is really, really awesome in that regard. It's not just fish oil. And if it were just fish oil and you look at the price and go, oh my gosh, it actually contains also CoQ10 and vitamin D. And if you followed my video yesterday, I really feel like I need to support my vitamin D taking a supplement. The thing is, vitamin D is fat soluble, and CoQ10 is also fat soluble. So what better way to deliver these fat soluble vitamins, nutrients, than in fish oil that we're already working to get delivered out to the tissue. So this is a great way to deliver this. In fact, you see research that shows the bioavailability of CoQ10, for example, increases dramatically when you take it with an oil. Okay, and so let's talk a little bit about CoQ10 just briefly. CoQ10 it's ubiquinol or ubiquinone, and it's present in every single eukaryotic cell, every animal cell that it has this, and it's in a very important component. It's actually in the same biosynthetic pathway as cholesterol, or it's in the cholesterol biosynthetic pathway, and so the body does make it. Okay, we do make our CoQ10. I'm calling it by its biological name, but the CoQ10. So CoQ10 is very important as an electron transport chain for ATP production in the mitochondria. So when the mitochondria ramp up, they need these electron transport systems in order to make the ATP. They also need antioxidants. They also need fat-soluble antioxidants because many of the machinery that's associated with the ATP production is embedded in membranes, okay? And the membranes, all that stuff gets oxidized by its own process, okay? So internal, this is all internal. The CoQ10 also has a sulfur on it. So what happens when you have too many chemical toxins, you have too many free radicals, you deplete your stores of CoQ10, or the body can't produce enough CoQ10 because you don't have enough nutritional sulfur. If you want to boost your body's natural mechanisms for making CoQ10, you make sure that you have enough nutritional sulfur. Where do I get nutritional sulfur? I think you've heard me say about 1,000 times yet already that you need sulfurzyme, supplement sulfurzyme every day. That's going to be very helpful to make sure you replenish the basic sulfur stores in the body that are so important for protein synthesis, for CoQ10 synthesis. There's so many things that it's used for in the detox pathway and everything else. So if we don't have our antioxidants, you've heard me say this before, if we don't have enough antioxidants, we damage these structures and these compounds that are needed for energy production, and we're going to have our energy production in our mitochondria go down, and we're going to end up with cell damage on the inside. It's too late to take the antioxidant after the fact. We need that antioxidant in the system now. It needs to get all the way in, which means we have to have fat-soluble antioxidants that are inside the cell already there. Essential oils. You see where I'm going with all this, okay? We've got to have all of these things in place in order to be well. We can't play catch up. We can't have damage and then catch up, okay? And although you can, this is you maybe have heard of people using in Europe, especially in hospitals even here, they'll give massive amounts of CoQ10 for someone who has had a heart attack, for example, because the CoQ10 can, as an antioxidant, and it can go in and help protect that heart from the damage. So what this is doing on the inside of these cells is it's protecting our cells from oxidative damage. And so this is a natural process. If we supplement with this natural thing, we can boost up those levels inside the body. So it's a very reasonable thing to supplement. It's actually extremely safe. You can take very large amounts of it, 1,200 milligrams without any concern. Okay, so I'm not recommending that. The cost of that would be tremendous. But when you have very bioavailable, you add essential oils into our mixture here. We've got orange, German chamomile, and spearmint oils. Essential oils as fat-soluble antioxidants themselves to protect the nutrients that are in the fish oil that are in here with the CoQ10 and the vitamin D. So this is just an awesome product. It's a one-stop shopping for the stuff that we need. So I'm excited to share this OmegaGize with you. And so it's a pretty simple, we take 4 capsules a day. You can see, well, let me see if I can get that. You can see the blue, okay? You see that the capsules are blue. That is the chamomile oil. the German chamomile oil in it, and so it's literally enough oil in there to make the fish oil look blue, and it's in these little gel capsules, or actually they're even not, so they just look like normal capsules. But anyway, so 4 a day is what it recommends on there, and that's what I'm taking for that's what I'm doing for our skin program this month. Okay, so that's all I have. I want to kind of do a shout out for this amazing product, and for those of you who just by way of concern, for those of you who are vegan and you don't want to be doing fish product at all, and of course this is a fish product, then that you can get the good quality, same kind of quality fat out of Sacha-ichi nut, and that's in our MindWise product. So maybe not quite the amounts that we're looking for, but it can be a good supplement for that, or substitute, I should say, for the fish oil product is the Sacha-ichi nut oil that's in, I believe it's a nut, anyway, that's in the MindWise product that we have. And of course, there are other benefits for taking MindWise, from a cardiovascular support and mental support as well. Okay, so I just wanted to give that mention for those of you who are vegan. Okay, happy wellness. One day, you can see how all these things dovetail together, right? All these bits of information come in, and it makes sense why it works. Okay, this is a wellness program that I'm designing and putting together because it works. This is based on personal experience. I've been doing this for 20 years. And so this is what I'm sharing with you to help you get things, to lower your learning curve, minimize your learning curve, maximize your wellness here at Minke Wellness. One day at a time. Happy wellness. We'll see you tomorrow.